we are back. We haven't figured out anything yet with the video, so we're gonna still be kind of talking through some choppy footage, but we are good to keep talking about round 2 at LifeLink ProQuest right after this ad break. But I guess that ad break will cover it up real nicely as we go to talk a little bit about these players' deck lists. So starting up with Kano. Tell me about Kano. What does Kano do?
Oh, it would be the bane of my existence. This is the hero that started my villain arc. I'm concluding it by going full wizard this weekend. So Kano, if you're unfamiliar, is like I've been told. I don't play Magic, but I've been told it's like Storm from Magic. You essentially try to set up this combo of multiplicative damage, and it all revolves around Aether Wildfire. This card says if you played it on your opponent's turn, it amps, which means it does a compounding amount of damage on all of your future spells. This card can also be amped itself, so you'll see Aether Wildfire for 7 into another spell that does normally come in for 1, but now comes in for 8, because Aether Wildfire hit. So the whole thing that Kano is trying to do is set up this combo where they play Aether Wildfire, hit you with the spell in between, maybe 2, and they play this card that we're showing right now called Blazing Aether, which, on top of that multiplicative effect, is a compounding every bit of damage you've dealt that turn with Arcane is now going to be dealt again, and this damage also gets amped by Wildfire. So if you hit with Wildfire for 4, you hit your opponent for 30 total Arcane, this comes in for 34 more damage, which is really crazy amount of damage when you've only got 40 health.
Yep. 40 health seems like such a big number, especially to people coming in from Magic. Not to Kano. Not at all to Kano.
That's why Kano starts at 30 life, because if you gave Kano 40 health, whoo, that's the stuff of nightmares.
Because a lot of this stuff is coming right off the top of the deck. Looking at the top of your deck, sending in whatever you find, or with one of these effects like Open the Floodgates, continuing to draw cards on the combo turn. It can be really tough depending on what the top of your deck gives you. Ideally, when you activate Kano, you want to see valuable red spells that do a bunch of damage. Ideally, when you draw with Open the Floodgates, you want to draw blues. So the strength of Kano's combo isn't just finding the pieces for it, isn't just finding the Aether Wildfire or tutoring with the Lessons in Lava. It's also setting up a board state that will provide you reliability during that combo. Okay, you drew a red instead of a blue off of your Open the Floodgates. Completely checked by Energy Potion. Now it's basically like you drew a blue. Okay, you need to hit something good off the top. Here's Potion of Deja Vu, putting your pitch back on top so you know what the rest of your stack is going to be for the combo turn. And of course, Fables. I have a video. It's a card. It sure is a card, especially in Kano. This card feels broken wherever you play it. It does not feel nearly as broken anywhere else as it does in Kano. It's its own special drug.
It feels pretty broken in the Pirate Heroes too, but that's different.
Yeah. Okay. I used to say that a lot. We've gotten some new stuff. So we talked about how much damage Kano can do. What if the opponent is not starting at 40 health? Yep. Here's Dash.io, piloted by Armin today, starting at 36.
This hero is also in that kind of all gas no brakes category that Kano's in, but a lot more like in your face. The thing that separates Kano from other aggro decks is that he plays on your turn as well, and most other decks in Flesh and Blood, they play on their turn. Wizards kind of break that dichotomy. Dash.io's specialty is I play a lot of really, really efficient attacks at the cost of deck damage to myself. So if you're not familiar with Flesh and Blood, fatigue is a very real thing. If you run out of cards in deck, you will effectively lose the game. And all of Dash's cards that attack say boost on them, which takes the top card of your deck, puts it in your banish zone so you can no longer get it, and then it gives that card go again. So the rate on these cards is really high. You have a lot of 0 for 4 go again, which is kind of illegal in Flesh and Blood for most decks.
Yep. 0 for 4, red, go again, 3 block.
Yeah, to get that kind of stat line even anywhere close at the generic card pool, you look for cards like Scar for a Scar, Ravenous Rabble, which have like qualifying text. They don't just say go again, and they also block for 2.
Yes.
So it comes at the cost of you can only run mech cards, but it means that your aggro engine is very efficient. And you come in for a lot of breakpoints, which is very important because Dash.io plays boom grenades off the top of her deck. So any item can be played off the top of the deck if it costs 1 or less, but it costs 1 more if you play off the top of the deck. So you play this boom grenade off the top for 1, your opponent's only blocking 3 under 0-60 for 4, all of a sudden they take 5 damage. It's a way to like sneak past people who are trying to run you out of cards in your deck, because that's one of the main ways that Dash.io can lose, is when she doesn't have enough gas in the tank to actually get there.
And all of these items have the option to either keep the steam counter it comes in with on it and have it stick around for initial turn, or as it enters to remove that steam counter. So when you hit the boom grenade off the top of your deck, slap it into your arena, you already know your opponent can't block it because Kano doesn't play D-Reacts. They'll brick his combo. You can remove that.
There are some sickos out there, but yes.
That sicko was me at the end of every format. But you're getting an extra action point. What can you do with that extra action point? All sorts of nonsense. Heroes in Fab were not created to have 2 to 3 action points per turn, but when you do ridiculous things. Let's take a look at the gun. Symbiosis shot. Gets a counter on it, gets a little bullet loaded into it every time an item comes into the arena on your side, a mechanologist item, and you can just remove a steam counter from it to attack. Where's the once per turn? It's not on the card. If you get an extra action point, it usually transmits to at least 2 damage, but why would you stop there when you have something like Cerebellum Processor? You could do 2 damage, sure. Or you could draw a card. Cards that could be more items, cards that could be more boosts, cards that could set you up for a game plan where you've boosted enough, you've generated extra action points, and you're able to just slam your opponent for 10 raw damage.
Yeah, you want to talk about raid on cards, this is about as good as it possibly gets. 2 resources for 10 damage. You pair this with a zipper hit, it's a 3-card 15. That's more than Aurora used to do. That's crazy.
So, we're going to take a look at what tools Mechanologist has to combat the arcane damage from Kano, and what tools Kano has to push the game into a state where he is able to set up a potent and lethal combo regardless of the opponent's health in our next slideshow. Let's check it out. So, Kano today is being piloted by Finton, a local to Charlottesville, and Dash.io is being piloted by Armin, another local to Charlottesville. Both of those, that health total off to the right, totally inaccurate. Folks, we're playing unfair flesh and blood today. That 40 number need not apply. Right now, deciding who's going to go first. Don't know. We'll check this out as it goes along.
Yeah.
But
we're still finishing sideboarding. You got those extra Kanos onto the side because you can activate Kano's ability multiple times a turn, which is normally what happens when you die.
Yeah. A lot of where's the once per turn kind of stuff.
Oh, here we go.
Here. Oh, wait. This is literally perfect. Let's talk about what tools Dash has to block arcane damage, right? Because you can't just, like we saw last game, you can't just throw a block card in front of arcane damage.
Exactly. Most of the time you have to pitch for Arcane Barrier. So we see over here on the Dash.io side, you've got an instance of Arcane Barrier 2, an instance of Arcane Barrier 1, and this funky card called Misfire Dampener. So because of how the boost cards work, there is no response window to boosting. You play the card, and as a cost to play it, you have to boost the top of your deck if you want to. What Misfire Dampener does is if you've boosted this turn, then you essentially have 2 prevention you can crack at any point. So to get over that 2 prevention and the Arcane Barrier prevents a very difficult problem for Kano. A lot of these spells that kind of compound on each other have what's called Surge, and if you want to stop Kano from doing his most powerful thing and surging on an Open the Floodgates, you want to prevent damage with a Misfire Dampener. And most of the time when Kano does this combo, he's going all out. There's no backing out. It's one and done, or he's dead. So Misfire Dampener is a really big one-off sideboard piece that makes this matchup a lot easier on the Dash.io.
So let's take a look at what tools Finton has in specific. I know that a lot of people are going to say, you know, every Kano deck list plays a lot of the same pieces, but I would like to shout out that sweet pumpkin that he's got sleeved up his Storm Striders. It's a very important piece of equipment. We want it protected. And I saw it. I think he just got this in the mail the other day. It's like one of those where they stack a bunch of the hero cards up and then cut it out. So like the Kano is like sticking out of the card.
Yeah.
Looks super
like a
sweet.
shadow box.
That's yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's very sick.
But besides bling, that's all about Kano brings into different matchups.
Oh yeah, style points are everything. Let me tell you.
Yeah, you can see from our last game we have an unhealthy relationship to pretty cards, Flesh and Blood.
Yeah, don't look at my gravy deck. You'll get sad.
Oh my god.
Way too many pretty cards. Armin also has a very pretty Dash.io deck. Let me tell you.
And yeah. Last night he was like, you know, I think I could make this deck a little prettier.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so he's playing this tutor card here. It looks like Armin's starting off the turn, keeping cards in hand while committing the action point to keep up some arcane prevention in case Kano decides to just go crazy right off the bat. One thing that is important to shout out: this is tutoring for any. This is searching his deck for any item. He went and got a Tekla core. I want to shout out that's this one cold foil Tekla core. He turned to me last night. I was like, yeah, the other ones are in the mail. But I love that he went and got the cold foil one.
Oh yeah,
that's always what I would do. Always what I would do.
When I call to the grave, and I have one chum that isn't Marvel. That one stays in the deck. He doesn't come out until the end.
So this Tekla core is coming in with 2 steam counters, and I mean, what a great start against Kano. Free resources, so you're not committing, not showing if you have the blue in hand or not, keeping that information secret from Kano. I mean, Dash.io, always looking at the top of our deck, is already winning this information game, and this Tekla core is only going to compound that.
Yeah, so in the game of Flesh and Blood, a lot of your cards have a block value of 2 or 3, most of the time being 3 in the bottom right-hand corner. Against Kano, the block value is up at the top left. However much a card pitches for is how much it blocks for. So a lot of these aggro decks are running a ton of red cards, which means they pitch for 1 and they block for 1 against Kano because he's not sending attacks your way. It's just arcane damage.
I'm not sure what Armin's doing here. I think Dio currently has no action points off of the
turn
Spark
0,
of Genius,
yeah.
right?
He definitely did not play any cards to boost. So yeah, I'm not sure.
Maybe this is being pitched to play. Oh gosh, did we shuffle the deck and find an item on top?
Oh, is he saucing him? A little sauce.
Is the Mandate of Heaven coming into effect?
Hey, he's reaching for the deck. The tension is killing me. Come on. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. All right. So.
Okay, so we could pause the stream and have like a 30-minute lecture right now. What card is that?
This is Null Time Zone. That's not cold foil. He needs to go buy that.
Yep, that's another one he was talking about.
I've got one of those. I need to get it to him. But
okay, yeah.
Null Time Zone is a really cool card. This guy came out in Hunted release, and it's essentially when this enters the arena, you get to name a card. That card can no longer be pitched or played from hand. That is really relevant if Kano can't find the Wildfire and set it in Arsenal before he wants to go off. You can't just draw up 4 cards, Wildfire's in it, and just go off if this is on the table. Thankfully, for Kano, it doesn't stop you from playing cards that are in the Arsenal or when you banish them off the top to Kano's hero ability. So it can be a really inconvenient tech piece in a short game if it doesn't line up well for Kano, and other times you gotta play around it by setting your important piece or just finding it randomly off the top.
And what Armin chooses here, if I remember correctly from speaking with him, is Energy Potion.
Ooh,
because
that is interesting.
It's super hard to find a good way to set up the Energy Potion going second. You probably have a more valuable arsenal. Committing to arsenaling the Energy Potion means that you're committing to a longer game against a deck that is pounding your face in. It also means that you can't pitch it.
Yeah.
And you certainly can't block with Energy Potion as a no block.
Yeah. I mean, that is interesting.
Potion of Deja Vu could be serving a similar role, or you could be going for like something that is, probably a 9 of, like Overflow the Etherwell or something like that.
Yeah. You could pick, Open the Floodgates or Overflow.
But going specifically into Kano on the turn 2. What I do wonder is if Finton is going to take the option of the enter the battlefield trigger of the null time zone to actually pitch some parts of his hand. But at the same time, Armin has regained the action point used to play Spark of Genius and could now be threatening more damage from the hand. Or
if
even
he wants
just
to crank it. He may just not crank it at all and just say, all right, I've got my items, I've got my setup. What are you going to do to me, Kano? I'm disrupting you. I've got resources for next turn. I'm insulated from your nonsense.
Yeah, so let's skip forward a little bit and see. Looks like Finton did take the opportunity, pitching an Arcane Twining, finding a yellow Overflow the Aetherwell. We saw that in his deck list he is on 9 of this card to set up potentially ridiculous combo strains.
Yes, that's really the game plan of Kano these days, is you want to do just like the really dumb thing, just rip cards off the top, go bananas.
Looks like the next pitch was a Will of Arcana, amping 1, so that could be getting additional resources off this Overflow the Aetherwell if Armin lets the damage leak through, but Armin currently has the 2 cards in hand, still with the, now with the second counter on the gun, keeping the action point up. Pitching another card after finding an E-Pot off the top. I mean, that I couldn't be happier if I were the Kano player to just randomly hit an energy potion off the top, going second.
Drawing that would be really rough, because now you're down a whole card in hand, and Kano needs every card, always.
Oh, looks like that is a red Open the Floodgates.
Yeah.
Being pitched here to activate the Crucible Ether Weave and provide a little bit additional amping onto this Overflow the Aetherwell. Coming in now for 4. If this does at least 3, it is going to give Finton back 2 resources, and he does have 1 more card in his hand. That could be another Kano activation.
Yep, could be leaking a little bit more damage. If Armin has a blue here, he'll be insulated and be just fine. So, looks like he pitches 2 reds. Which, understandable. Probably the best use of those cards at this point.
But those are some really valuable cards. That looks like a 0 to 60 that pretty much free 0 for 4 go again. I mean, go again, wide chain links, and keeping knowledge by preserving a card in arsenal is really important against the Kano. Not much damage is getting across here, but losing that free 0 for 4 in arsenal looks really important. The other card I think is, what's the one where you banish it off the top and you get another Steam counter on something?
Oh, Fast and Furious.
I think that's what the other one is.
It does look like a bit of a long name. It looks like 3. It's probably Fast and Furious.
I think I see the monkey in the art. Yeah.
New gem packs are sauced. You guys gotta make it down to your local armories. Especially everyone here in Charlottesville. We've got to find that prism finally.
We still haven't found any.
All right. Looks like that's all that resolves, though.
Preserving that last card in hand, that could be the critical combo piece he's trying to navigate into Arsenal. Yeah. I mean, 1 pot is already a pretty good setup.
Oof, bit of a rough draw here as well. Pitching 2 cards to Kano is not really where you want to be.
Yeah,
2 good cards, too, for the combo.
Yeah, double Overflow. That means there's like, what? That's 3 Open the Floodgates at the bottom of the deck now.
Yep.
I mean, you play 9 of them for a reason, but those are cards you'd love to see hit off the top or drawn up and then Ragamuffins back in a combo turn.
Yeah. So we're getting a little bit of chip damage, a couple of Kano, or a Kano activation. It looks like an Overflow the Aetherwell from hand coming in.
But this is just chip. This is not actually... Oh, it looks like he may have responded to the first one with the second? Or, no, I think Armin just took the 2 damage from the first one.
he took the 2 damage. The third one is what he's thinking about. Do I A-B this? Do I just take a little bit of damage? Looks like he just takes it. We're going to move on to Armin's turn, where now we are insulated with 2 free resources. We've still got no time zone for another 2 turns, because they don't go when the Steam counters go off. They go when you can't remove any more Steam counters.
But at the same time, none of those cards that I was seeing looked like the thing you'd want to be aggressively setting to your arsenal. I think that leaves me very suspicious as to a really powerful card, maybe even a Wildfire already sitting in the Kano's arsenal.
Yeah, you're thinking it's got to be a Wildfire or a Blazing just ready to roll.
Starting Armin's turn, 2 resources up. And a boom grenade off the top.
Immediately we get the boom.
Extra action point. That looks like a yellow boom grenade. So that's transferring to 3 damage on an on hit. But Mech is very good at presenting that 4 breakpoint like we saw with Fast and Furious or with 0 to 60, and Kano is just dreadful at blocking it.
Also, very uncommon. Kano's up on life?
Yeah, you're
that
right.
Never happens.
You know, I wonder who won the die roll and who actually opted to go first.
I'm sure we can ask him to find out soon. This is what is normally a very disruptive card to most decks. Does absolutely nothing into Kano unless you throw 4 of these in one turn. Is the T-Bone. It makes you block with an equipment. Kano's equipment all blocks for 0 and doesn't break when he blocks with it, so might as well just be a head jab, essentially.
Well, we do have Old Knocker now, so
that's what I'm saying. If you threw
the fourth one, the fourth one.
Yeah, the fourth one, that would be real bad, really bad. All right.
It looks like T-Bone was blocked with another yellow. Open the floodgates.
Oh my goodness.
We're losing all of this combo density.
We have another Spark of Genius, one of the more powerful cards in the deck, and we've got an extra action point. You know what we're gonna go get? I bet you it's gonna be that Cerebellum.
Yep. So we're drawing a card off the Spark of Genius, so this is effectively free. And the Cerebellum's coming in. That could be cranked, putting it back to 2 action points. Beautiful cold foil. Up to 4 counters on the gun now, so that probably is just going to stay loaded for the rest of the game. How many cards does Armin have in hand? I think he still has 2?
He should have 3 because the Spark drew him a card.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, so he should have 3 cards in hand still.
So this is basically still the start of the turn for him.
Alright, at least we were activating Foundry Heart to get that extra resources.
Okay.
Staying insulated.
The Foundry Heart activation is always a chance for Kano to decide if that's the turn where he wants to go off. I mean, but with Fenton already having blocked with a single card, that is threatening so much less than a full 5-card Kano hand.
Yes.
I mean, sure, the Energy Potion makes it so you effectively have like a 5-card and one of them is yellow, but you kind of need that to come off the top. Ooh.
Oh, I guess, sorry, we broke the chains. This is not nearly as disruptive as I thought immediately. We blocked the 0 to 60. There's a boom grenade on the board, so it makes sense. Give the 3 block. Now, you have to show the remaining 2 cards, but you don't have to block with them if you don't want to. If this were 3 chain links and we didn't break it, Pulse Wave would rip one of those cards out guaranteed, but every card in Kano's deck blocks for 3 or nothing.
Yeah, and this is a tough choice. I think there's still one more card in the hand for Armin.
Yeah, it looks like this boom grenade is hitting no matter what Fenton does. He does not have a choice. You need those D-reacts, or you can block with Old Knocker, but I don't think that's really correct either.
Yeah. Oh gosh, last card in the hand's a Red Throttle.
Oh yeah, this is hitting for sure. Yeah.
You feel pretty happy you didn't throw 2-3 blocks in front of the Pulse Wave Harpoon.
Yep. We'll just save a little bit more life, block 3, get a fresh set of cards, because these ones were not it. This was, what is that, like 2 reds, 2 blues? That's not really what we're looking for in the Kano combo. Or is it yellow, a red, and a blue, sorry.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an interesting one. With a Potion of Deja Vu, that actually could be a decently potent combo turn, given that you could like Rags the red overflow on top, and then Deja Vu back the Open the Floodgates.
Okay.
Like then it would be like probably 3 blues and a yellow with hopefully Wildfire in the arsenal, but
still, there's a lot to get through when he's floating 2 resources and Misfire Dampener. That's
for sure.
Yeah. No way you're killing him through that. So you need to chip him down a decent bit more, or have something like 2 Kindles in your hand or something coming up.
I will say, I mean, a Boom Grenade connected, that was a really impressively wide Dash IO turn. 21 is a lot of health for Kano to still have left. I know we're in the early turns, but with a card already pretty confidently navigated to Fenton's arsenal, like the end of the game could come at any moment.
Yeah, probably, to be honest. Like, these decks are all gas, no brakes.
Here's not the most impressive start. This is blue 0 to 60. But one thing to note is that every one of these boost cards is effectively fixing the state of Armin's deck, digging towards items that he can use to get action points to spend on that Cerebellum processor.
The 2 go again. Looks like no blocks. 1 go again. Ooh, this is not what you want to see.
Well, I mean, Fenton can make the conclusion that Armin has more blues in hand pretty easily here.
Yeah,
but
you wouldn't be sending these if you didn't have extra blues.
Looks like digging for this item. Oh, well.
Oh, there you go. We have...
see the blues.
The repeat on deck here. We play another Null Time Zone.
I believe this one is naming Potion of Deja Vu.
This is definitely cranked, but doesn't have a steam counter on it.
Fenton is responding with a Kano activation, hits another overflow off the top of the deck. Looks like that one's yellow. And hits a blazing. Okay. 3 resources left and 1 card in hand for Armin. But with blazing banished, overflow is a really decent combo bridge. Like, if you have the wildfire in arsenal, you can start looking, and you can say, like, okay, the prevention's going to be crazy, right? It's getting
because he's got
5 prevention no matter what.
Yes, 5 prevention and another blue in hand, it looks like. Woo!
But if you can chip in, you can chip in. Like, if this is a couple of Kindles left in the hand, maybe, and you can actually navigate yourself into a situation where those are resolving positively for you, maybe like Kindle, let one resolve, draw, pitch the card you drew to Stormstriders. This could be one of Finton's opportunities, even in the face of so much prevention.
Oh, yeah. Especially because we've already hit blazing off the top randomly. We've got that set up.
It's not really a combo deck where you're trying to...
Random into lessons on top.
Well, now there's so few resources left in play.
Yeah. So now it would have to be that final card would have to... No, these would be all of your spells. You cannot get another Kano activation even if you surge here.
Yeah.
I think... Because if the last card is a blue and the E-Pot takes you to 5 resources, you want a Crucible activation and the Stormstriders. So that would be your 5 resources. And the 2... So you could Old Knocker for 1 final Kano activation. No. The Old Knocker would pay for the Lessons in Lava. So you cannot get the final Kano activation.
I think that what it's going to end up being here is...
a whole lot of no damage because... all of these will be prevented by the extra blues.
Yup. It's just going to be a very fair turn, and this blazing's going to come in for next to nothing.
Yeah, looks like...
I mean, choosing to use the Old Knocker here. I mean, making... At this point, the Wildfire would only get the Metacarpus and the Crucible, so it'd only be coming across for 1 through 5 prevention, right? Maybe this is where you don't actually have the Kindle in the hand. This is kind of a lot of resources for Kano to be using still at 18.
And blocked all 3 with the lessons. There's no more floating, so that's all 3 resources devoted to blocking the lessons in lava. Looks like we're going to pick these guys up. And cast them both for virtually no damage. Just 2 and 2. So Armin is down to 25. Retained the Techlo Core in hand. Correctly assessed that this turn was not worth the Techlo Core. Plays out the Techlo Core.
And Armin is able to establish all this stuff while not really paying anything for it. Like, the resources that were already up are preventing this arcane damage, where maybe if that was happening on the Kano's turn, it would have been subtracting resources. I will say it's getting pretty close to 2. It's like 156.
That's fair, yeah. Blowing through. I do believe this game probably ends in the next couple turns, so let's see.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
There's a potion of Deja Vu. That may have come from the Arsenal, because I think Deja Vu is named by the Null Time Zone. So maybe that was what was set there earlier.
Oh, so it wasn't even the Wildfire, so yeah, definitely not going to be able to do it.
Flipping.
So yeah, coming in for 3 with the Expedite.
Expedite threatening on a hit to put another item into the field.
So we're going to block for 3 immediately, so...
There's the Dash IO activation, hitting another Cerebellum processor off the top. That's going to give the action point necessary to activate it. This has been at least 1 item per turn from
This is going pretty well.
I mean, sure, the life points aren't like necessarily close to 1, but this board state that Armin's assembled, with the Techlo Core always being, there's always been a Techlo Core up, and he's found a way to Cerebellum very quickly, and it looks like he's going to keep it. So,
and we're going to come in again. Looks like we drew off of the Cerebellum with the extra action point, and we're coming in with the T-Bone, another little head jab.
Just said,
ask for another card, activate Techlo Core, get a Fast and Furious, and a Heist off the top.
Oh, we're on Heist?
Yeah, we're on Heist. That'd be kind of funny, like, Kano is like, I guess you just played it instant speed. Never mind. It'd be really funny if like Kano activated and the Heist hit. You like took an energy potion.
That would be awesome.
It'd never happen, but it'd be funny.
I learned that you can do that in the mirror.
Yes.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was how that worked. That seems so ridiculous.
Oh yeah, both of them are live.
Like a super important mirror tech piece. Oh, it looks like another blue zero.
Another blue T-Bone and
a lot of blues being resolved.
There's the
and
Heist.
the Heist. Okay, let's see if we get a Finton Kano activation into an E-Pot for Armin. And really lock in the victory. Heist here is probably I can't remember exactly the items that were banished.
Looks like a backup red because it looks like this is connecting for 2 damage.
Gotcha. I mean, that's just another action point that can mean another.
Now the cerebellum draw.
Oh, you're right. There is a second cerebellum.
Yep, we draw
Oh
again.
dear, 6 intellect hero.
Oh, and we max V.
Oh gosh.
Oh my goodness, we drew into the max V.
Oh,
Woo!
playing max V into Kano?
That is bananas.
That's a called shot right there.
Wow. Oh man, lit him up.
Down to 5. The second middle time zone.
Here is a
maybe
deja
it
vu
was
being
back
pitched.
on. Maybe it was back on healing potion again.
Oh, they're both. Oh no, there's one here. There's one here. So maybe the first one was deja vu, and this one was energy potion.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to pitch it here to activate Kano. Kano'd a wildfire. That's not what you want right now.
No, not on your turn.
And that
We're
one's
just
just
gonna
going to
leave it
stay and
banished.
banish, and we're going to pass it on over back
Probably
to Armin.
fishing for more potions there. There is the arsenal set up, so there is a last turn moment, like hero moment that can come through.
And look at this. It's like in response to the Techlocore giving 2 resources at the start of the action phase, we have a Kano activation. Yes, we have Kano activation.
Looks like
we're going
Crucible
for
activation, Kano activation, nothing floating, 2 overflows, pitching another.
We deja vu'd the 2 blues back on top,
Yeah.
and pitched the Epoch here to Striders. Striders in a wildfire. We are
Coming in for 6 off the Crucible and off, I believe, an activated Metacarpus is what we're seeing over there. The 2 overflows are on top. There is a Kano still on the stack to resolve.
ooh.
So this is going to be like a super resource positive. Well, not necessarily resource positive. You're paying 3 for the Kano, you're getting 2 back. But
And dampeners are not fully live. They only prevent 1 right now. So
you're right, no boost.
Yeah.
Having that window at the start of the turn with the Techlocore is actually pretty important.
Yep, let's say we were
here.
A-being 3 and breaking the dampeners, making so that wildfire comes in for 2.
Infinite blues. Infinite blues. But
He's got to read the dampener. I understand. I've never played against that card really either.
2's a lot. That's maybe the 1 blue in the hand. If
And-
these overflows are able to start making resources.
We're going to resolve this Kano activation. It's an overflow. The Aether Wells are still live.
Looks red, so this is coming in for 5. Armin's going to need to pitch 3 resources worth of cards in order to prevent it from gaining that surge effect. Or no, only 2.
Just
Only 2.
But yeah.
The rest of the
Ooh!
hand is red.
But
Going to pitch 3, it is enough to keep the resources limited, but with the energy potion, Kano has just enough to hit the other overflow off the top of the deck. This one coming in for, what the heck? That's a D20.
Yeah, what do we do with 20? What is this?
That one looks like a blue, right? So
Yeah,
this is
is a
coming in for
blue.
3. Probably no resources left for Armin at all. So this one's going to
Yeah.
come across. Puts it up to 3 resources, and
Another Kano
here's
activation.
a blind Kano. Oh,
What do we got? What do we got?
oh.
Why won't you let me pull it forward?
Right, yeah. No.
Oh, we hit what's the
Aether Flare.
flare?
1
yes.
cost.
Cost 1, cannot throw it.
Using
is the
that
end.
old knocker earlier. Unable to continue to chain together damage. I mean, it would have just been, looks like a blue, would have just been 3 more damage. But now Kano has used all of his cards. Fenton's used all of his cards on Armin's turn, trying to set up that lethal push. And Armin is able to draw it back up.
And like we're saying, that's Kano's like all in. No more Storm Striders, no more Metacarpus node. It's just Ragamuffins and blind Kano activations from here on, it looks like. So stringing together the kill at 18 is really hard when you're at 3 now.
One thing I will say is that this did tax all the items. That turn by turn ticking away. Now the Cerebellum processor, there's only a single one remaining. There's no more resources coming across. Looks like
We've got a Boom Grenade, an Expedite.
double boom grenade, a
Double
0 to
boom.
60, and an expedite.
So, looks like we're going to come in with the 0 to 60 for 4. We're going to get a block.
Oh my
for
god.
3.
A block for 3.
Oh, and a boom off the
boom
top.
off the top.
Oh.
Pitching another boom
And
grenade.
you're going to activate
Kano activations with the rest of the hand,
Hit a
hitting a
sonic
sonic boom and what looks to be a blue ether dart. This is all up to this sonic boom. Just enough resources for it to come across. It needs to do damage, and it's only coming in for 3.
Coming in. Looks like we pitched for 3. We pitched
Yup.
2 reds and the 1 floating.
Yup.
We block 3.
Which means that only 1 damage is being brought
Yep,
across.
and that is going to be
Fenton
it.
is taken down by a grenade off the top.
Woo! When you're playing Dash.io and you're hitting them off the top, you're feeling good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What an exciting game. That was item after item after item and spell after spell after spell. But Armin with Dash.io did take the victory and will be headed 2-0 into the following rounds. We'll try and check back with him later in the tournament. In the meantime, though, we're going to take a little break. Sam's going to hop out and head up to a concert in DC. Sounds pretty exciting. And we're going to have James from Humbro Pie, Jimmy D, and our dear friend Zoe in to join us as well. So we'll catch you very soon with that. And hopefully, with James's help, we'll be able to fix our thing. Thanks for bearing with us for rounds 1 and 2. We'll see you for round 3 very soon.
And that's going to do it for this round. If you've been here this long, hit the like and subscribe button. Help us out. We're a growing channel and just trying to get out as many TCGs and coverage for you guys at home. Brought to you mostly by the people you're seeing scroll over here, my Patreons. The ones that help me fund and do everything I can to try to expand this channel to cover multitudes of different TCGs that you are seeing here. You like the one you're watching now? That's great. We also have other things that you might like, from a broad spectrum of the Bondi to the new League of Legends, Riftbound games, and other independents like Alpha Clash. We like to cover as many games here, and I love all these TCGs. Most of the time I take part in. If you guys are liking this content, though, please help us grow, help us get into the point where we can improve our quality of content for you, and get to the point where you guys really get the product that you deserve. Thank you for being here as always. This is going to be it for today. I hope to see you in the next video. That might be listed up here. I don't know, editor, can you help me out?